Hello YouTube, happy vlogmas. Look how puffy my fringe has gone from me trying to blow dry. I do apologise about the state of me. Like, I've got this on my nose here and this on my cheek. My anxiety has just made me pick up my face, so I really do apologise. It's not a very good look at all. We are filming two videos today. One of them is going to be this video, where this is a vlog set over a few days of me reading some kind of cozy Christmas mystery books. I have two. The other video we're filming today would have already been done, edited. You would have seen it. Let's pop it here so you've got the option to give it a little click. So I'm going to be doing some Christmas wrapping, so there will be another introduction for that video. So in this video we're going to make a brew, we're going to put some makeup on, and then we are going to discuss which book we're reading first. I need to see if they're connected. I think they're both standalones because they're by the same author, but we'll check that in just a momento. There we go. I'm feeling a little bit more myself now, apart from the stupid mark. I thought I would show you how cute this advent calendar is. And I mean, I think it's like the 4th. It's actually the 5th of December, and I haven't opened any. I will start this in a little bit, but just look how happy and cute he is. This is the best. Make some fun sounds. Yes, adorable. So, this is a reading vlog. Let's talk about the books we are aiming to read in this reading vlog. We have 3 here. One of them's very small, and then we've got 2 both by Alexandra Benedict. So 2 by the same author, and then 1 by Peter Swanson. So this is the Christmas Guest, and this is where I believe she's invited by one of her friends to come and stay with her, with the family at Christmas, and she likes the twin brother, I think it is. But I don't know what happens in this house. Creepy things, I'm imagining. It's a thriller, and it's Christmas. I'll probably start with this one, to be honest, and then we've got these 2 books. So I don't know which one was written first. I'd rather read them in the release date order. Let's see if we can find it. Copyright. So this one was 2022. Let's see when this one was. 2021. So the Christmas Murder Game we're going to read first, and then we're going to read Murder on the Christmas Express. By the looks of it, they don't sound like they're interconnected, like no names are the same, so, but we'll see. I mean, characters from this one may pop up in this one, so we'll see how we get on. So we've got the Murder Game, and this is where Lily is lured back to her grand family home, Endgame House, after receiving an encrypted letter from her aunt urging her to take part in an annual tradition, the Christmas Game. The challenge: solve 12 clues to find the 12 keys and the prize, the deeds to the manor house. That sounds fun. Lily has no desire to return to the place where her mother died 21 Christmases ago, but her aunt makes a promise. The clues will also reveal the killer. Drama! Brilliant. So despite desperate for the truth, Lily starts to unravel the riddles alongside her strange cousins. However, it quickly becomes clear that each has their own reasons for wanting the house, and not all of them are playing fair. This is going to be a fun one. feel like we're going to enjoy ourselves here. And then we've also got 18 passengers, 7 stops and 1 killer. So in the early hours of Christmas Eve, the sleeper train to the Highlands is derailed, along with the festive plans of its travellers. But that is only the beginning of their problems. When the body of one of the passengers is discovered in the locked room of her cabin, all the evidence points to murder. With the train stuck in the snow in the middle of nowhere, it's up to former Met detective Ros Parker to find the killer before they strike again. But as the countdown to Christmas and their rescue begins, Ros discovers there are many secrets on board this train and many passengers with motives for murder. Yay! Murder books! So we're going to dive straight in to these. We're going to start with the Christmas guest because it's a really small fellow. It's just plain green on the inside. That's a little bit less fun. So there is, let's have a look how many pages we got of this little cutie. So all of that at the end there is sample to another book. So we've got 124 pages. So I think we can just have a sit down and read all of this. Well, it's in 2 parts. That's fun, isn't it? Let's get cracking and then I can tell you as I go what's happening with this little mystery, this little thriller. So we're having some fun Christmas reads. Hooray! What's happening? I don't know. So we're on page 1 of The Christmas Guest by Peter Swanson, and I'm already unhappy because her cat is called Elspeth and I like that as a person name. I don't like animals to have names that I like for people. Like for example the name Toby, I think that is a dog's name. In my head, this is just how I am. I do apologise if your name's Toby and you're a person. I'm laughing, but I do genuinely apologise. It's just how my head works. There are certain names I like for people and there are certain names I like for animals. And in my head, like, those names are specifically saved for the animals and the other names are specifically saved for people. And that's just how my mind works. So because I like the name Elspeth for a person, I don't like that her cat's called this. Those are my initial thoughts when reading the first page of this book. You're welcome for that nugget of information. I feel like this is quite a good book for us to discuss, so I'm glad I'm reading this one for a vlog. So the closet in my bedroom has become my default storage space, filled with boxes containing mementos of my past lives, all the bric-a-brac that is impossible to throw away and yet completely useless. I open the door gingerly, expecting an avalanche of photo albums and souvenirs to tumble out. That would make quite a New York story. Lonely single woman crushed to death while cleaning closet on Christmas Day. Cat kept alive by remaining roast chicken dinner. So she's a lonely cat lady. That's what we're gathering from the start of this book. We've got a lonely cat lady that will not be alone this Christmas. So I am only on page 12 and it's looking like we're just going to be reading someone's diary right now. So our main character has found this diary in amongst all her things, but it doesn't confirm that it's her own diary. I think, like, where was it where she first found it? Okay, underneath my birth certificate and my cancelled passports I find an immediately recognisable diary. White moleskin with a ribbon bookmark, and I pick it up, scooching backwards along the Parisian rug to rest against my bed. I flip through the pages, arriving at an entry from December 1989. exactly 30 years ago. I decided to take a look, not entirely sure that I'm prepared to go back in time, but also knowing that once I start reading I won't be able to stop. There is a famous quote, the first line from L.P. Hartley's The Go-Between, a book about remembering. Although every book is a book about remembering, isn't it? The past is a foreign country. They do things differently there. And in my case, the past really is a foreign country, and yes, they do things very differently there. And then it goes, like you can see it says December 17, and at the moment we're just now going through entries of this diary. I'm not sure if it's her diary or if she's saved it from somebody else, because we're not entirely sure whose perspective we're reading from right now. So we'll keep going, see how it goes. But it looks like a lot of the book is diary entries, so I don't know whether this is just wrote like we're reading someone's diary. I'm not sure, but stay tuned because I will find out. Okay, so whoever's writing this diary is a bit of an a-hole. So the best friend is called Emma, and Emma tells this girl, oh, I like this guy, and then she goes and sleeps with him, forgetting that Emma liked him. Now, for some reason, Emma is still her friend and has invited her to her house, to this like family manor. And the main character, or not even the main character, the person that's written this diary is just very selfish, very self-centered. So we've gotten to page 34, and I just hit myself in the chin, like one of my many chins there. So our diary character, whoever the diary person is, she is the diary character, whoever's written this diary, she goes into a local area with her friend Emma and the twin Adam, and she is recognized as somebody that actually went missing. So she finds out that there was a missing girl. Our diary character looks like the missing girl, and the twin brother Adam had something to do with this girl going missing. That's the update. That's all that's happening right now. I love the writing style because I love how Peter Swanson writes. That's just a given. But overall, it doesn't help. I don't care that much about what happens to this person in the diary because they just seem really self-centered. Like really like, they're very much woe is me. Like they're throwing a pity party for themselves, but they also think that they are the absolute shit. I finished The Christmas Guest by Peter Swanson. I'm gonna give this, I think, like a 3.5. I think it's harder to give it anything over a 3 really because of how short it is. Because I feel like it's better than a 3-star, but it needs to be longer to be more than a 3-star. Does that make sense? So we're going to give it a 3. However, it doesn't mean it was bad because I would read this again. There was a bit more kind of Christmassy vibes to it, but it is a thriller, so you're not going to get that many joyful aspects of it. The second half was so much better than the first half. I feel like you needed the first half and it made a lot more sense afterwards when reading the second half, but it picked up so much. Like I feel like I want to give it closer to a 4-star, but it's a tiny book, so it's getting a 3-star, but just know that in my heart really, like it got a little bit higher than that. Like I can't really discuss the second half at all because the whole thing would just be spoiled. But it was very good. Like as soon as you get to that halfway point, it really picks up. I feel like the second half of it was like, I had no complaints. The first half was a little bit annoying, but you need it for the story. so I can let it go. Really good for a little Christmas thriller. Really pleased that I read this, and I do recommend. It was actually ended up being a lot better than I expected. It just, I don't know, like the first few pages were good, and then like it went on a little bit. It was like hit and miss in places. The first 50 pages was just like warming you up, and then the rest of the book you were there for it, and it was really good. I don't know if that gives you any indication on what this book is like at all, but we read it together. We did that. That was us. We've read this book. Okay, on to the next one. Why am I like this? Does anybody know? We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good morning. So today we are starting the Christmas murder game. I'm only on page 2. So we're starting off with our first chapter being Christmas Eve, and she is currently packing to go back to the family home that she doesn't want. So she actually says that she makes clothes for a living, and I think that's quite interesting. I love when fashion is in books. I'm not the most like into fashion, like I like styling myself, but I'm not super into like a fashion industry, anything like that. But I like that she makes clothes, so it's a very easy read. I say that I've read 2 pages. Our main character Lily has received a letter from her aunt, which it does say on the back, but I did not realise her aunt is dead. She's passed away, and the solicitor, so her aunt's solicitor is the one that gave her the letter. In this letter, she also mentioned how she adopted her. So once her mum had died, the aunt had adopted her, and the aunt also really loved Lily's mum. So I like that that's not a toxic relationship. Like her mum and her aunt loved each other and got on really well, although her aunt does say that she has done wrong also. So it's going to be interesting. So the aunt is told Lily, go to Endgame House, play the game with your cousins, and you'll find out the truth. Like there will be messages from start to end for you. Love that. Also, I kind of love the name Endgame House. I think that's just perfect. So really enjoying this so far. Really happy I've picked this up, and I'll try not to update you every 2 seconds. I do like that Lily talks to her car, because that's what I used to do. She's like, come on, we can do it. That's exactly how I used to talk to my car. I miss my car. That's a story for another day. Anywho, I was giving you an update on something that happened. Yes, so her mum died in the maze at Endgame House, and she got stuck in it with her mum when her mum was dead. And this reminds me of, I don't know if you've watched You, the TV series, and they go to kind of like a manor house, and there's a maze and people are running around trying to kill each other. That's what that reminded me of. I'm absolutely loving this. I'm eating it up. I have to start work now, so be right back. Look how adorable this package is. So this is a bookmark, and it's like a pink tea bookmark. I'm gonna open that now, but these little stickers came with it, and another tea bag. How cute. So cute. I cannot actually deal with the cuteness of it. And this little string, and it's got a heart on the end, so that goes in your book. Oh, I just find it is the cutest thing. New favourite bookmark. So I'm just checking in with the bookish update on the Christmas Murder Game. I need to cough. Okay, Mary? I've currently read up to page 125, and there are so many spoiler type things that I want to say about this book. I'm really enjoying it. I love the shiny cover and the floppiness of the book. It's a very fun book to hold as well. Okay? So the main character, I can feel like I relate to her, and I do like reading from her perspective. Apart from the fact that I don't know how far into this you find out. So if you really don't want to know anything at all, skip ahead a little bit, just a few seconds. But she is pregnant. And that part is a bit hard to relate to if you haven't been or not. But overall, I relate to her quite a lot. She is really enjoyable to read about. I like the different characters, like all the cousins, their relationships, and finding out little bits about them. And I like the Christmas aspect of it. That the author, so Alexandra, seems to fit Christmas around the story really well. I like the secrets, I like the writing style. At the moment, everything in this book I absolutely love. Like, it's on his way to be a Christmas favourite. I highly recommend it so far. Like, I'm not even at the halfway point yet, and every time something happens in each chapter I just want to talk about it, but it would be a very spoilery video. She, at the beginning, when they lay out the rules, they are disqualified if any rules are broken, and they cannot use any electronics. So all like Kindles, even anything that uses the internet, like mobile devices, anything like iPods, whatever, they're all confiscated. So anything that doesn't use the internet, one of them has a really old iPod listening to music. So anything that doesn't have the internet they can keep. There is only one telephone which they can use in case of emergencies, which the housekeeper person has. So at the moment she has kind of buddied up with one of her cousins. If like you're in a couple, then you can have your spouse work with you. So there are two of them that are coupled up. One of them is kind of like, one of the girls kind of wants her brother to be on her side, but we're starting to kind of get a bit more of a gist that maybe he doesn't want to. Like, her brother seems to kind of bite his tongue a lot, like he doesn't say much, and I feel like more is going to come out there. And since Lily, our main character, has buddied up with one of her cousins, I'm so suspicious of him, like so suspicious, and I've got no reason to be at the moment. But it's just, when reading a mystery, I feel like you cannot trust anyone, like even our main character to a point, but I really like the main character, so I'm team Lily for now. I'm a little bit smudged today because I fell asleep with my makeup on last night. So I finished reading the Christmas Murder Game, but on my Kindle. So I do have the physical copy. It is downstairs, but I finished it on my Kindle this morning. I was reading most of it last night. I'm finding it really hard to rate this book. I really enjoyed it. I think I didn't love it though, and it's not one that I feel like I'll be really excited to read next year for Christmas, for example. I think I'm going to give it a 3-star. I think it wasn't necessarily disappointing. I did enjoy the book for what it was. I figured out who the problem was. I figured out a few things by the time I got to the end, and I don't usually do that, and part of me was pleased I figured it out, but also I figured it out way before it's revealed, and that kind of annoys me. I don't mind, like, I feel quite proud of myself once I figured it out, but not if I figure it out too soon. So I think I'm going to give it 3 stars. I did really like the main character. I did really like the mysteries and the game itself, and for it being a murder game, right, I am going to say this, there's a lot more murder than you think, but I quite enjoyed that. I think I'm going to give it 3 stars. I liked it. I'll read it again. I'm glad I read it. I just didn't love it. The pacing of the book, I'd say, was pretty good. Like, it is a very quick and easy read. So overall, with 3 stars is still pretty decent, and I would still recommend the book itself. So I've picked up Murder on the Christmas Express, and I don't know whether I should continue reading this or not. I've only read like up to chapter 3, which is page 17, but reviews are saying like very triggering things for me. Also, the content warning: this story contains elements of coercive behaviour, sexual assault and rape. I've written this as a survivor myself, but please take care of yourself if this subject matter will be triggering for you. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this. I'm not sure. Like, a lot of people on the reviews are saying it's very much trying to be Murder on the Orient Express, and how it fails to do so, because you've got an older lady, which we're following as our main character at the moment. We've also got a lot of reviews saying it's not very Christmassy, and there's not a lot of great stuff about it, and I don't know whether to continue. I think I might try. I feel like I kind of want to read it, but I'm a bit scared. So I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, the first book we read in this video, I wanted to give more of like a 4 star, although it was very small. That was good. That was really good. Then the Christmas Murder game is a 3 star. But I'm not too disappointed. That I'm okay with that, because I still had a good time reading it. And who knows, I might read it again. I don't know. And I would still recommend it. I did love the pacing. I did like the main character. A lot of same-sex relationships, like female-female, which I loved. I loved the representation in this. Some of the characters were really like well planned out. I did really like that aspect. I still liked that it was Christmassy and there were Christmas clues in the game. So I still find this a successful read, even though it's 3 star. With this one, I might give it a go. I'll give you an update once I decide if we're going to finish this book. Okay. I'm back with an update. I have tried desperately to read this book. I got close to 100 pages in, and I've given up because it is making me feel so tense. Like, I'm not enjoying the way the story's going either, but I feel actually physically sick in anticipation for what could happen. And at the moment there isn't like any rape or anything like that, but there's a lot of discussion of it and saying that she's been a victim and she's going to try and put justice towards other like victims or incidents, what have you. But I'm not enjoying the story. I'm not enjoying the characters. It's making me feel a bit sick. I just don't want to read it. So this is a DNF. So I don't feel like this video was overly successful. However, I mean, the 3-star book I still enjoyed. I'd say I don't regret reading that. I did have a good time, and the first like little novella I absolutely loved. So we got some good books out of this. I am going to keep this and I'm going to put it on my shelf. It may be, I mean, my sister doesn't struggle as much with reading like harsh things. She might enjoy this book. And it is still pretty and Christmassy, and when I say Christmassy, there was like hardly any Christmas aspect to this book at all. I do think, yeah, I'm gonna keep it. One day I might read it, but for now it's a DNF. It's sad to have a DNF in December, but it's been putting me off reading and I don't want that. So I'm ending this video here. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed our little let's read some winter mystery books together. Hope you have a super duper good one, and I will see you in my next vlogmas. I am doing 12 days of vlogmas, and it's just going to be every other day as that's what works for me. So I think as I'm filming this, I've just posted, or I'm just uploading day 7, so just over the halfway mark of my 12 days of vlogmas. Like I said, I hope you're enjoying. I hope you are having a super festive time, if that's what you like, and I will see you in vlogmas whichever.